Oh, we gotta get it popping. Pick a lily. Let's go. Pick a lily. What I'm talking about. Nothing like a good picky pick. Nothing like a good picky pick. Aubrey already up in here. That mother say he about to let the genie out the bottle. Oh, what we talking about? About to let the genie out the bottle. Come on, Dallas. You gotta run that thing, man. You gotta get that thing in the building. Colorado game is still on just for those who just tuning in and just getting up in here. Beautiful. Miss Dawn Adams, what's up, lady? Audrey was already in this thing. Talking about Tommy Reese about to let the genie out the bottle. Like, yeah, we with that action, you know. Going deep. Touchdown. Omarion. Touchdown. If y'all don't know, the Colorado game is still on. But that's not why we here. But I'm glad y'all are here. Because I got the Colorado game on my phone. So, you know, your boy got the Colorado game going on right here. You know what I'm talking about? On the Fizz Zone, we got it going on, you know? So, I told y'all Juju was the truth. If y'all follow me doing Colorado videos, I done told y'all Juju is the truth. Juju is Shedeur 2.0. They don't understand how good this young man is. This young man is fantastic when it comes to throwing his football and reading defenses. He is absolutely phenomenal. I've been watching him for a while. Yeah, might have missed that first field goal. That one hurt. Because that was kind of unusual for him. He don't miss field goals like that. But that was kind of unusual for Mata. So, but it is what it is. We'll let it happen. Things happen. Things happen. But we only down 3. We only down 3. You know. But the comeback is going to be the comeback. You know, y'all know what it is when y'all coming in the building. Y'all know what to do. Acknowledge yourself. When you walk in people's house, you should speak. You figure deal me? Y'all act like y'all just getting here. You come in people's door, you say what's it? You say what? You say what? You say what's that? You know what I'm talking about? That's what you do. Oh my. I don't even want to do that. Robert is in the building. Ronnie is in the building. Y'all, we finna get this thing crunk, but the Colorado game is still going on. You know what I'm talking about? So it's a lot of action in the action. Big Pooh from Las Vegas is in the building. That's all y'all need to know. You know what I'm saying? My Alabama team, basketball team won. You know, it's a lot of things that's going on. It's a lot of changes that's about to take place. In Cleveland, and y'all don't understand who Tommy Reese is when it comes to this play calling. And y'all don't understand how long Dylan Leash is with Tommy Reese calling the plays and screwing up his offense. It's gonna be crazy come tomorrow. Y'all better, if y'all ain't ready for what's about to go down, boy, I'm telling you, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be nutso. Oh, Jab, we watching Juju doing his thizzle. I told y'all, Juju is the man. The game is on TNT. You can watch it on HBO Max. You can watch it on a bunch of different places. I got it on TNT, you know, but I'm watching it on my phone because I'm sitting at this computer. Y'all gotta make, there you go. You know, your boy's watching it on my phone. I'm watching it on my phone, if y'all don't know. You know, we got the Z Fold, so we watching it just like that. Tomorrow, I don't know what the game gonna be on. I got the NFL Network, so I'm good. I didn't want to get it, but I got it just so I could watch the Cleveland games, because I'm gonna automatically get the Cowboys and the Texans games, so I ain't gonna miss none of them. And for all of you that got YouTube TV or something, you know, ain't no ESPN, no ABC, ain't no Disney channels, no FX, none of that. So if you got Hulu or ESPN Plus, you can watch it. Oh, y'all can't let the quarterback run through like that. Y'all got to come on. See, that's what's going to scare me next week when Arizona State show up, because Mr. Sims, y'all know, if y'all haven't seen Mr. Sims at Arizona State, y'all know I'm an Arizona State graduate, so that's my school. But if you haven't seen Mr. Sims at Arizona State, you are in for a treat. I'm telling you. You talking about a dynamic freshman quarterback? Mr. Sims is it. He is phenomenal. You talking about somebody that can throw the ball and run the ball. Oh my God, I'm so scared for Colorado come next weekend. It ain't even fun. When they play Arizona State, it ain't, man, look here, man. I told y'all, but if you've been following me from the jump, I told y'all what the top 4 teams in the Big 12 is going to be. It's going to be Arizona State, Houston, should have been Colorado, and Utah, and BYU. Those are my top 5. And they all sitting right there because they are what'd you say there? A bunch of regulars here. Our own big dog Chico with yeah. Where's Jordan? See, I don't know. I don't think Jordan playing right now. Cause when they was running to the left a while ago, I didn't see him this game. And I'm like, where's Jordan? Jordan is missing on that left side because they weren't able to run the ball like they should have been able to run the ball to the left. But all we know is it's going down. He ain't playing, but he dressed. We got a lot of freshmen on the field today. And these are all the Juju's classmates. These are a lot of people that's going to rock with Juju for the next 2-3 years. It's a lot of freshmen on the field today. And I mean a lot. And it's crazy. But Juju just getting warmed up. Defense need to stop. We need to stop. Need to stop. You get a stop, they can easily go down and score. Ain't no big deal. But you need to stop. We're gonna get this Cleveland thing crunk up in just a minute. I need to see this drive. We need to get a stop. Prime know what he got. That's been the problem the whole season. The problem has been discipline and dedication. The players are good. They just ain't been playing to their full potential. And I think with Prime being out, the first part of the summer, that hurt the team a lot. His presence not being around and not being able to get full instructions to the coaches and people like that, because he at home and he really can't see what's going on. So he wasn't able to give instruction like he needed to. But how you call that? And he punched the man in the face. That's all right. That's all right. They tripping. We just need to stop. You stop them here, the offense gonna score. They just need to stop. They get to stop. The offense will score. You just got to get to stop. Omarion been playing out of his mind. JB been all over the place. JB been making big plays, getting stops, a whole lot of tackles. JB been in his bag today. But they didn't got comfortable now. And it's really, really, really about to go down. I mean, it's about to get live. They got to get this stop right here, though. Once they get this stop, it's going to be nuts. So it is going to be nuts. So it is what it is, though. They got this thing. That's all we got to do. Defense got to get a stop. And that's been the biggest holdup. But I think they got it. They getting comfortable. They see what they can get. They see what they got. They see what they can do. It's a lot of people hurt, and it's a lot of people not playing today. But the defense is playing pretty damn good, especially with the amount of freshmen that they got on the field on both sides of the ball. Yeah, they playing lights out right now. West Virginia ain't no slouch. You know, that's a sack. That's what we talking about. West Virginia ain't no slouch. That's all we needed was a stop. Needed to stop. Arden Walker doing this doggone thing. That's what you need. You stop. Now we blocked the field goal. Okay, so now you down 6. You down 6. You go ahead, push down the field, score, and don't go for 2 because analytics will tell you to go for 2. Just go and kick the field goal and take the 1. Because being up 3 is you need your defense to play big boy football. And as the game has been progressing, they've been playing better as a unit. They've been getting the stops. They've been getting the sacks. They've had a few turnovers. They just got to put it all together. Now, this is where Juju shines right here. This is where Juju shows you exactly what and who he is. And all next week, you will hear people like Matt McChesney and all them other idiots talking about, well, this is what Coach Prime should have been doing from the jump. No, because that wasn't the plan. There you go. There you go, Q. See, but that wasn't the plan. You're going to hear all that next week from people like that. But that ain't the plan. The plan had to be changed. It had to be altered because of the stage was just too big for your senior quarterback. The lights was too bright, and he wasn't ready for that. You know. Now watch Juju come in here, marinate this thing, get the ball, and do what he do. That is, drop it off. Dump it off. You got to look to your left. If he look to his left, you got your hot receiver right there. But Juju, like I told y'all a long time ago, Juju is Shedeur 2.0. He going to look for the big play first. He looking for the big play first. He ain't trying to just drop that thing, or he trying to sling it. When we trying to sling that thing to New Orleans and back, we trying to get some yards. We ain't trying to get 5. We trying to get 25. Throw that thing, Ju. I told you, Ju will throw that thing. Juju will throw it. Y'all think I know this football is what I keep telling y'all that y'all don't be listening to me. Ju gonna sling that thing. Juju sling that thing like it ain't nothing. That man throw that thing. It's just let's go throw it again. Run that thing, Dallas. They gonna sling that thing all over the place, boy. I'm telling y'all, Juju is that boy. Y'all don't be listening to me. See, if y'all listen to me, I know I'm old as hell with all this gray hair, just sitting in my little computer room doing my thing. But Juju is better than damn near every quarterback in college football. And he ain't even a senior in high school. He's supposed to be a senior in high school this year. He ain't supposed to be chucking this thing down the road. He ain't supposed to be chunking that thing down the line like that. But I'm telling y'all, that's another Heisman Trophy winner for Coach Prime right there. They might get 2 before Juju get out of there. In the next 2 years, they might get 2 Heisman trophies out of Colorado. Juju playing right now to let every wide receiver in the country know, if you want to come get this rock, this is where you need to be. Now, I already told y'all, Byron left with you. gonna be the offensive coordinator next year. Everybody talking about Prime need to do this and do that. When Byron Leftwich came in the building this year, it was for him to take over next year with Juju. And they're gonna be on the same page. It was for them to sit out this year. Both of them get used to the system and what Coach Prime like and what they like to do. Get used to talking to each other. Get comfortable. See what Juju can do in practice. See what Juju can do off the field, so you will know when he get in the game the type of plays you need to call for him. The pass plays. We ain't worried about the run play. The pass play. You're gonna get that arm a little bit stronger. Everybody gonna be in trouble. You forget he just turned 18. He is just now. He ain't stopped developing yet. He ain't stopped growing yet. He's still in his growth space. He got a lot of growing to do, and he gonna grow. But what they don't understand is, while they was worried about that young Manning, Juju gonna throw him out the gym. I told y'all, but y'all gonna learn to listen to snacks. I'm just an old guy. There you go. There you go. Get some. All right, we just gonna take it to the fourth quarter. We just gonna take it to the fourth quarter. We just gonna take it to the fourth quarter and get ready and get right. Coach Prime know what he got in these boys, but we just gonna take it to the fourth and go on, put 6 on the board, take the lead. Defense, it's on y'all. Shut it down. Then we're going to come back, put 6 more up. And then we're going to take it to the house. That's how it's going to be. Julian Lewis is the best quarterback in college football. And don't nobody know it. But they finna find out. They are fixing to find out. They are fixing to find out what is definitely going on. All my people in the chat, I'm glad y'all are in here. I guess everybody busy because everybody ain't showing up right now. I know it's a crazy time to do the doggone thing. Yeah, we beat St. John's today. Alabama beat St. John's in basketball. You know, we about that life. They do not understand just how great Julian Lewis is going to be. The offense look fluid. It's flowing. The lights was just too big for Caden Salter. He couldn't see it. He couldn't read the defenses. It was just too much for him. I'm sorry. Coach Prime gave him chance after chance after chance, but Caden just couldn't make up his mind. He couldn't decide what to do. His decision-making skills was a little bit slow. And this type of game, you got to be able to go with it. Juju looked good. And y'all got to remember, he's just 18. He's just a freshman. This is the prelude to what's to come. This is what you're going to see next year over and over and over and over and over again. Just like everybody was in they self talking about how Julian Lewis is going to lead the pro. Juju ain't going nowhere. He was never going nowhere. This year didn't matter for Juju. Not for real. Because he was supposed to sit this year out. He would have redshirted if Caden Salter could have held up and held his part of the bargain. He wasn't able to do it. and they talked, and Coach Prime and Juju and his parents, they sat down, they had a conversation about what they wanted to do. Do they want to just red shirt and finish this season out and then come in fresh next year? Or do you want to finish this season off, starting, and then show the people what's coming? And then next year, we light up the Big 12. That was the plan. But K-Salt couldn't hold up his end of the bargain. The lights was just too bright. Next year, all news will be on Coach Prime, Julian Lewis, and Shedeur with the Browns again. Oh, yeah. Juju, you shouldn't have threw that break. You should have threw the outside. You should have threw the cross. Somebody ran the wrong route. Somebody ran the wrong route. He should have threw the Omarion coming across the middle. That was 6 points. All right, Mata. 19. We down 3. We down 3. That's all it is. We just down 3. We good. We good. We just down 3. I'm telling y'all, next year gonna be crazy. You know, you've seen all these ex-players, all of them ranting and raving, and all they worried about is tradition. The Colorado Buffs tradition. Why Coach Prime ain't singing the fight song. Why he ain't doing this. Why he ain't doing that. Y'all worried about the wrong thing. This man trying to win. Y'all worried about what y'all used to do. He trying to build something that's sustainable. So when he do get out of here, the next man up can keep the party going. But no, all you see is Matt crying. I saw him go back on Jason Whitlock's show. I'm like, why are you even over there? I ain't watching it, but why are you even over there? You mad because what you think should happen should happen. You know, and that ain't what should happen. What should happen is what they doing. Colorado Buffaloes had no tradition in my life here until Coach Prime. You tell it, Robert. That's all they worried about. Fight song. That's all they ever hear. They don't never sing the fight song. Don't nobody care nothing about that fight song, man. We're trying to get some W's. Trying to get some recruits. We're trying to get some bodies. Trying to get some titles. And you worried about a fight song. Fight song ain't getting you no W's. I'm trying to build a tradition of winning. Not a tradition of fight songs. The only reason they go to bowl before Coach Prime was for drugs and parties. Well, in a state where smoking marijuana is legal, I think I would show up too if I like to get high. But I don't smoke, so. I don't smoke the weeds. You know. But it is what it is, man. That's all they worried about. is a damn fight song. That's all I ever hear them talking about. They don't ever say, man, screw that fight song. You sing the fight song when you go down there. You go down there and sing the fight song. And then tell me something. You don't know if they sing the fight song or not. Just because you don't get to see it in the well-off media videos don't mean nothing. It don't mean they don't sing it because you don't get to see it. If you ain't in the locker room, stop complaining. Stop crying. You don't know what they do. People are always trying to assume shit. If you don't see it, and the man said, I didn't know Colorado had a fight song. Yeah, they got a fight song. But the fight song ain't what holds a team together. That is not it. Fight song is school tradition. Or if that's your alma mater, then yeah. But here we go. Here come Juju. It's all I'm telling you. Here come Juju. We finna go down here, put up some perks. Some perks. Finna go down here, put up some perks. And then, you know, defense gonna do what they've been doing, shutting them down. Put some more perks up. Some perks. You know what I'm talking about? Then we're gonna get into a little bit of this Cleveland action. And I know some of y'all is waiting on the Cleveland action. We're gonna get into the Cleveland action. But I didn't know that the Colorado game was still gonna be on when I set this live stream up, but it is what it is. Yeah. I didn't know it was gonna be popping off like that, because you know, I got up, got to watch a little G Bush this morning, then I got busy, had to do some running around, had to do some things. I was just trying to get back, you know, and get the live stream popping, get some peoples, get it squared away, you know. But hell, it's good. Because I'm glad my Colorado faithful is in the building. All the CUNTs and everything. You know what I'm saying? All my CUNTs be stepping up in the building, showing love, doing what they do. Y'all don't even know. You know what I'm talking about? All we know is Juju finna hit the field. We finna go put up some punch. Some punch. Go put up some punch and take this lead. And then all next week, you can watch Matt McChesney and all them suckers say, see, this is what Coach Prime should have been doing all week. He should have started right here. He should have did this right here. No. He did what he should have been doing. You know, some people don't understand the madness, but it's always a method. You know, they lost the last two games real big. And Coach Prime wasn't even mad about it because he saw what he needed to see. Just like I said, they lost. No, we not taking phone calls right now. You get out of here. You know, he saw the things he needed to see, and they was able to make the changes they needed to make. And they got a lot of players hurt. People don't realize that. They got a lot of players that are hurt. A lot of starters that are hurt. You know, just like Jordan Seaton ain't even playing today. Go, Juju. Throw that thing. You got a lot of starters that ain't even playing today. A lot of people that's hurt. It's a lot of things that's going on this team that don't nobody know about. That don't nobody, that he don't tell people because ain't none of your business. I know you get mad about the product on the field and the things that are taking place, but he doing what he's supposed to do. Everybody talking about all the things that's gonna happen. People gonna be leaving Colorado. They ain't gonna be able to get no recruits. Y'all crazy. I never clicked on that Matt McChesney guy. Thought he was just some ignorant country. Man, throw that thing, Jude. Oh, man. I don't know if Jordan hurt or not. I think Coach Prime just wanted to see what these players was going to do with Juju. Because Jordan is dressed. He on the sideline. Jordan is dressed. He on the sideline, but I don't know if he hurt or not. Roughing the passer. How you call a false start and let the play run? You supposed to stop the play. Then they call it on Draylon. You got to stop the play if it's a false start. You can't let the play run. You ain't let the play run. You gotta do what you gotta do. Get the thing popping. Who texted me? Don't even matter. We ain't talking to him. It's gonna take a lot. It's 3rd and 26. Come on, Jude, do what you do. Don't run that football. Throw that thing. Throw that thing. Yeah, there you go. Throw that thing. Wait a minute. He called Sincere out of bounds. Wait a minute, dog. What we doing? And we got a flag on the play? Offensive pass interference? Come on, man. Can't win for losing. Can't win for losing. Good punt. Good punt. Good punt. That's a good punt. That's a good punt. It's all right. It's all right. Things happen. And it comes with the territory, but that was just a bad outing. That was a bad offensive. That was just a bad offensive possession. They got the time. It's like 9 minutes on the clock. So So they got plenty of time to get the ball back. They just need to go and get them 3 and out real quick. Because they finna do 2 straight run plays because they want to run clock. And then, depending on what they do first and second down is what they going to do third down. You know. So you gotta give them a minute. You gotta see what they gonna do. We just need the defense to do their part and get a quick stop. Need the defense to do their part and get the 3 and out or get the turnover, and we good to go. You gotta get the live stream up. We get that, we in the building. That's all I'm saying. You just need defense to do their thing one time and get it popping. You know what I'm saying? And we good like that. Hello. How you doing? Marissa. Oh, okay. That's all I need you to say. But if we can hold this thing down, then they're good to go. I think now what's gonna happen? All is well with the family running. Appreciate you, bruh. I'm gonna have to come to Vegas and hang out with y'all because it's popping, but I ain't taking no airplane because they tripping. K Journey is in the building. No, we saying K, you joining us because the Colorado game's still going on, which I had no intentions of doing this Colorado stuff, but the Colorado game is still popping. You know. And gotta get this stop. We gotta get this stop. We're gonna get into all this Cleveland madness here in a minute. But the Colorado game is popping and it's interesting. And you know, we are Colorado peoples. But what they can't do is let the quarterback do that. It's just run free. We got to get stops. What you say, Katie? They look good. Yeah, they look good. The offense look fluid. It looks fluid. It's smooth. It don't look like it looked when K-Salt was running because K-Salt was hesitant. He couldn't make up his mind on what he wanted to do. That's why the offense looked so raggedy, bumpy, looked jerky. It didn't run smooth. But now the offense is running smooth. Y'all cannot let that quarterback do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to put my phone up here. It ain't going to stay up there. Oh, my. We're not trying to do that. Let's go. See? I told y'all they going to run the ball. They trying to run clock. Say it ain't choppy or a piecemeal team. Yeah. I know they ought to know the peoples is gonna run the ball. We got to stop the run. We got to make them throw the ball. Got to make them throw the ball. Because if not, they're going to run the clock down. Come on, man. They just running a dive play. They just running a dive. Where's Mrs. and baby girls? They ain't hijacking you this weekend. Oh man, yeah, they plan on it, but I've been keeping them away. Yeah, he had a game last night and one this morning. So it's been crazy. Both the boys, football. Next weekend gonna be bananas because we got Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And I gotta go to San Antonio Saturday for the baby boys championship tournament. It's crazy. I'll just be all over the place. They running me ragged. Y'all gotta stop this run, man. Somebody strip the ball. We need a fumble. We need a turnover right here. 3 points ain't gonna hurt. 3 points ain't gonna hurt. 7 hurts. 3 don't hurt. 3 just put them at 25. We still can take the lead right there. But they'll go for 2. If they score, they would go for 2 if they score. This is what we need. We need stops. We need stops. But y'all waiting too long to get these stops. Need stops now. Yeah, next week is definitely busy. We gonna be crazy. We gonna be crazy next week. Then gotta come back from San Antonio. One of the homegirls having her birthday party that same night. Oh, I'm gonna be popping. Oh. See what I'm saying? West Virginia DBs are getting away with a lot of holding. Yeah, the refs ain't calling that crap, man. They calling everything on Colorado. But they ain't calling a lot on West Virginia right now. What you got in that box? I think the doggone Amazon people just like coming over him for some reason because they seem to show up every day. They let them go. They let them go. Now, this is the moment where that missed field goal hurts. This is the moment where that missed field goal hurts. That 1 point. This is where that 1 point hurts. Because even if they score and convert the 2-point conversion, they still will be down 1 point. This is where that 1 point, that missed field goal hurts. Now, this is the point where Mata starts feeling like, this is where that 1 point really matters. This is where that 1 point matters right here. Because even if you score and go for 2, you still down 1. That's where it hurts. That's when you start feeling like crap. That's when you start feeling bad about everything. So now you know. Now you know that because you missed, y'all just might lose. But that's also on the defense because they should have got that stop right there. They know they needed that stop. And they ran the ball every play. And you didn't stop. I told y'all what they was going to do. They're going to run the ball until you stop because we need to run clock. We knew that was coming. They should have known that was coming. The box should have been stacked. You playing one-on-one on the outside. Ain't nothing back but two safeties. Everybody in man. Load the box up. We stopping the run. We gonna make you throw to beat us. We gonna make you throw to get these first downs. But there's no way they should have been running the ball like that. We should have been shutting it all down. But at that point, it's all about who wants it more. Who want it? When it come down to stuff like that, it's who want it. And you got to want it. You got to be willing to do all you can do to make that stop. Because they didn't throw the ball, period, on that drive. There were no pass plays. It was all run plays. It's all run plays. And you just got to sell out to make them pass the ball. Look at that graphic. 10 plays, 57 yards, all running plays. You got some new shoes. You didn't give me none. Oh, okay. I see how we doing. That's what we're doing. Oh, okay. You got you some new Adidas. You got you some new Adidas. You got a closet full of shoes. No, garage full of shoes. Lies. Closet full of shoes. Man, you need to stop. Y'all women, boy. Y'all women. Y'all think y'all the shit. Y'all think y'all slick. Closet full of shoes. Selmo is in the building. Ohio State Buckeye, don't come here with that mess. Y'all playing Purdue, dog. Oh, no, y'all ain't. Oh, yes, y'all is. Y'all playing Purdue, dog. Y'all playing Purdue. So what is we talking about? You're playing Purdue. You is not playing nobody, Selmo Fudrick. Throw that thing, Jew. Blow the whistle, ref. The ref got to blow the whistle on some of this stuff, man. Come on, dog. Who is 71? Who is 71? Because he been getting in the way all night. Who is 71? We need to know who 71 is. Because he ain't did nothing. All he been getting in the way all day long. He been getting in the way all day long, dog. Just been holding his big old behind just in the way. Get out the way, man. How is the clock still running and the boy ran out of bounds? Throw that thing, Jude. They just don't understand what it is. It is what it is. Look at all that holding. They holding receivers, everything. Come on, ref. If I can see these jersey pulls, you are face mask. Face mask. That's a face mask. Where the flag? Where the flag, dog? Where the flag? Oh, that's hair. Oh, that's hair. That's part of the uniform. You can do that. He grabbed that man by his hair. I don't know what's up with that. That was the hair tackle. That was the hair tackle. That was a hair tackle. That's all I'm saying. That was the hair tackle. That was the hair tackle. And that shouldn't happen. Y'all, we getting ready to get into this Cleveland action. We finna make it pop. We are fixing to make it pop. I know that's what y'all showed up for. We finna talk real greasy and get real spiffy about what's popping off. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Because y'all already know about these people right here. You see them. They in the building. They most definitely see you aunties is definitely in here. You know. We got the two doofuses lined up. The two dummies. Tommy and Kevin. Father and son. We about ready to get it popping. I know y'all ready to get it popping. We most definitely gonna get it popping. Because they tackling Juju by his hair. It ain't fair, but it's part of the uniform and it will get you snatched up every doggone time. That's why them boys, they got them long ass dreads. I don't see why they running down the football field, because I grab one of them by the back of the head and mean, come in. And watch them fall on their face. Oh, that wasn't no. I saw him. Yeah, he hit that face, man. He didn't grab it. He didn't grab it. But that's all right. Go and throw it in there, Ju. Go and throw it in there, Ju. You got your little rotisserie cheese gravy. I'm glad you got it.
No, you got it. Thank you.
Nah, I ain't gotta hurt myself for Thanksgiving grating cheese. Hey. Man, you gotta get the first down. See, that's what I'm talking about. He didn't get the first down. You gotta want it. You gotta know what you got going on. You gotta know where you at. He didn't get the first down. See what I'm saying? That's the difference. The want to, the will. And if you ain't got it, If you ain't got it, this is what you gotta have. That want to, that will to win, that want to do anything that you gotta do, including taking that extra step, taking that hit to get the first down. And they not willing to do that. That's why you've been losing. Y'all saw Jordan Seaton on the sideline. He finally took them shoulder pads off. I knew he was missing from the first quarter when they was just tearing down that left side like it was okay. I'm like, what is going on over there? You see, these are the things that happen. It's a first down, dog. Let's go. It's a first down. What are we doing? What you measuring? Why do we need to see if it's a first down or not? That's crazy. I know what we finna do. We finna get in this Cleveland Brown action. Cause y'all tripping. It's crazy. I don't even know why you even looking at that. His knee didn't touch the ground. Nothing changed. It's a first down. What y'all doing? His butt was down before his knee was. His butt was the first thing to hit the ground. I am a civilian at home, and I see these things on the TV. What are we doing? Why we gotta check stuff? Why we gotta check stuff? What's the point? My goodness. I can see it on the TV from right here. They are against us, but you're right. Last year you told us Juju is the real deal. Oh, I tried to tell y'all, Clyde. Juju is the pooh. Just wait. This is his first game. He just getting comfortable. Hey, look here, man. Don't be calling me. We in the middle of football. You should have threw that straight up the middle, Jew. If he throw that ball straight down the middle, show the replay. Show the replay. Watch the middle of the field. Oh, they ain't going to show it from that angle. They ain't going to show it. Look at the player in the middle. I know you getting pushed down the middle, but you got a wide receiver crossing the middle, just wide ass. Throw it to him. That ain't gonna do nothing. That ain't gonna do nothing. That little screen pass. Who called that play? Who called that play? I'm going to slap Bartolome. Because why we calling screenplay? That ain't what we need to do. That's all right. We getting ready. Throw it to him. Throw it to him. You got to throw it to him, Jew. He wide open. You got to throw it to him. Oh man, y'all ready to get this thing started? Because we know this is a L. We already know that this is a L. We already know that this is a L. Look at Uncle Neely. Look at Uncle Neely. Y'all tell me. Y'all ready to get this thing started? We got 121 left on the clock. Down 10. If we gonna go for 3 or we gonna kick a field goal, what we doing? What we doing, chat? We going for 3 or we going for 7? Look like we kicking the field goal. Okay. We kicking the field goal and going for the onside kick. Model, don't blow it up. All right, we got that. The brother head coach at Penn State is leading Indiana. Yeah, that's what time it is. That's what time it is. You still gonna have people trying to say Coach Prime need to be fired. They need to change up this. They need to change up that. No, they ain't. But we ain't got no timeouts to stop. How many timeouts we got? How many timeouts we got? We got 2. You stop them on first and second. You might have enough time to get about 20 seconds left on the clock. But you got to stop them, call the timeout, stop them, call the timeout. On that third down, they ain't going to run the ball, and we might not get the ball back. So you need to do the onside kick right now. Don't keep that thing all deep now. We need the onside kick right about now. Can't kick it all deep. Kick it all deep, we're in trouble. All I know. That field goal. Oh well. If Prime had listened to you start Juju, he was ranked second. Michigan started their number 1 ranked QB. Yeah, I would have started Juju at the beginning of the season. But I said that's what I would have done. Because I knew what he was. They knew what he was too. But they was trying to give Caden Salter a shot at the NFL. But it is what it is. That's game. All right. We're going to get out of there. That would be game. Y'all ready to get into this Cleveland activity? Let's go. We're going to close up this big, beautiful phone. We closing up the big, beautiful phone. This one. Y'all got to get you one if you ain't got one. Get you one of these. You know what I'm talking about? Get you one if you ain't got one. Because it is what it is. Y'all ready to lick on? Daily Grocery.
A brand new episode of the Daily Grocery. Friday, November 7th. The Browns getting ready to play the Jets, and the one and only Tony Grossi joins us here. Tony, what's going on?
Just ending another week and happy to be back into playing on Sundays and to watching some football.
It is weird when they have the bye week, Tony. It's just that week off is kind of just throws your whole rhythm off, per se.
Depending on what you do that week, it kind of makes you want another bye week. And that's the case for me right now.
Soon enough, Tony. Once they go to 18 games, we'll have 2 bye weeks during the season for you. All right, Tony. Obviously, a ton to get to. We're going to talk some more Depot, but want to start this with game statuses and everything for this Jets game because they do play a football game on Sunday. Carson Schlesinger was practicing today. Like, what do you make of that? Harold Fannin practicing today, but hurt his hamstring on Wednesday, I think. What do you think about those two?
Both are listed as questionable for the game, which is, could go either way.
Yeah.
Schlesinger, I would be surprised. He was limited today. This is his second week since the high ankle sprain, which he confirmed. I think it's premature for him to go out there, but I was surprised to see him even go on the practice field. And he talked yesterday optimistically about trying to play. Let's put it that way. I think Fannin will be okay. We'll see. And those are the main. Isaiah Bond has been ruled out for the game with a foot injury.
Yeah. There are a lot of extreme circumstances to what's going to take place tomorrow. The Cleveland Browns go to New York to take on the New York Jets with a new play caller in Tommy Rees. Kevin Stefanski has lightened his load. Kevin Stefanski is trying to do what he did last year, which is turn the play calling over at the halfway point of the season and then lay the blame on the offensive coordinator. But what he don't know about Tommy Rees, if he hasn't figured it out about now, but I believe he has. And if Dylan Gabriel is not up to stuff tomorrow, if Dylan Gabriel is playing a poor game, Tommy Rees will snatch Dylan Gabriel out the game. And this is the point of Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski is taking the blame of pulling Dylan Gabriel out of the game or not starting Dylan Gabriel out of his hands. Because what he will say is that call was Tommy Rees's. The same way that your owner said drafting Shedeur Sanders was Andrew Berry's call, Jimmy Haslam, it will be Tommy Rees's call to bench Dylan Gabriel, which takes the heat off of Kevin Stefanski, leaving Tommy Rees to be the fall guy. Tommy Rees is a big proponent of Shedeur Sanders. Tommy Rees has seen the difference between Shedeur and Dylan. Tommy Rees knows how this offense will run with Shedeur Sanders at the helm. I showed y'all pieces of Shedeur Sanders throwing to first-team receivers, which is something that you have never seen since Shedeur Sanders has been in camp, since Shedeur Sanders has been on that team. Dillon Gabriel has led this team in first-team reps since he has arrived. Shedeur Sanders has never taken a first-team rep until Tommy Rees has become the offensive coordinator, the true offensive coordinator and play caller. Tommy Rees made all the decisions, the final decisions for the game plan this week. Tommy Rees will be the one to make the call if Dillon Gabriel is not accepted. And he is not doing a really, really good job in managing his offense. But people around the league, all over the place, are getting tired of Dillon Gabriel's minuscule performance when it comes to running his offense. So much so that Bruce Brennan, whose podcast I watch from time to time, said something really good this week. And he was all for Dillon Gabriel. He was a proponent of Dillon Gabriel. But Dillon Gabriel, time is running out with a lot of people.
Can any of you respond and say you're convinced he's a franchise quarterback, Gabriel? Can you say that? I don't think, in fairness, you can. And I, for one, want to see Sanders before this season is over to know whether we got to make a deal or trade up to get the best possible quarterback that's going to be available in the draft next year. So to answer your question, I think we're getting close with Gabriel to get Sanders in there, and let's see what we got with the kid from Colorado.
Yeah. It's getting about that time. Looking at the Gucci, it's about that time. And we ain't talking about them 6 bad bras coming in at 9. We talking about 12 stepping on the field right after halftime. You know what I'm saying? Because of the dynamic of Tommy Rees and Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski has completely relinquished the offense to Tommy Rees. Tommy Rees said in his press conference earlier this week that yes, the final calls are finally his. He gets to make the final decisions. He's going to be able to see, he's going to be able to make all judgment calls here going forward. And if we're not able to push the ball down the field, then changes will be made. That means Dillon Gabriel, if this offense looks like crap against one of the worst, if not the worst, teams in the NFL, he gonna look over there and say, hey, 12, start warming up. Because people have used the excuse that Dillon hadn't been playing well because of the pressure of Shedeur being behind him. In the New England game, Shedeur wasn't behind him. Shedeur wasn't even available. He wasn't even on the roster. He wasn't playing. He was inactive. There was no excuse. And yet and still, Dillon played his worst game of the season. Dillon has continually gotten worse and worse and worse. It hasn't gotten better. And with the news that Shedeur was looking better, that Shedeur was feeling better. And I told y'all on Tuesday, before all this mess even popped off, that, yeah, Shedeur was going to be QB2 on Sunday. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. This phantom the back injury is really not phantom because he's going to have that back injury for the rest of his life. That came from Colorado. That back injury will always be there. And he will always be able to play through it. They use that back injury as an excuse because they took some of that pressure off of Dillon Gabriel right before the bye week, playing New England, so he wouldn't go in there. Well, he did anyway. So he wouldn't go in there sucking up the stadium, but he sucked anyway. He played his worst football of the season versus New England. So what you expect to get tomorrow out of Dillon Gabriel? Because you will see the plays where Tommy Rees is calling plays for that ball to be passed, pushed down the field. And if Dillon can't do it, or if he is too scared to pull the trigger, Tommy Rees is not too scared to pull him out of the game. And it will happen. If you can't move the ball and you want to dink and dunk, even if you are moving the offense down the field, if you're not going to pass the ball past 10 yards, you don't scare nobody, especially in the NFL. You don't put no pressure on the linebackers. Safeties can do what they want to do. They can crowd the box. They already got the way these plays are designed. They already are designed where the box is crowded anyway. You got too many people in the box. Because if you're running 2 tight ends and 2 wide receivers, your box is crowded anyway because they don't space their offense out. That's just bad play design. That's Kevin Stefanski's play design. You're not running Tommy Rees's offense tomorrow. You're still running Kevin Stefanski's offense. They're just being called in a different manner. They're just being called in a different alignment. Kevin Stefanski did not use his playbook to set up plays for later on during the game. He just called a play and called a play and called a play. But when calling plays, you call plays to set up your play calling for later on during the game. Because you're using the same formation for different plays, but you set those plays up for later. Just like wide receivers run routes a certain way just to set the DB up for a bigger route later. This is chess, not checkers. And Kevin Stefanski has been playing checkers the whole season. We already know the Jets have completely thrown away their season. They are not. They gave up Sauce Gardner. They gave up Q Williams, which is a young man that I watched play football his entire life. Me and his dad were really, really good partners growing up. And them Williams boys, the truth. Dallas need to go get the other one so we can have the true dynamic of the Williams brothers in Big D showing out. But I watched Quentin grow up through AAU ball, youth ball, high school ball. College, he played at Alabama, and he's a monster. So is his baby. They are both about their life. But even though the Jets have packed it in for the season, the Dillon is playing one of the weakest defenses he has faced all season. but the tape is out on Dylan. And what is Dylan going to be able to do? He's going to have to show us, using the excuses of the receivers and all of that. And then if that isn't working and you put Shedeur in the game, and when Shedeur comes in the game, he's able to throw receivers open. He's able to make the offense look different. He's able to push the ball down the field. What do you do from there? What happens at that point? At that point, Kevin Stefanski should be fired. At that very point, he shouldn't even be allowed back on the plane coming home. Because, of course, you've seen this in practice. Of course, we've seen Shedeur outperform every quarterback since OTAs, since rookie minicamp. We've seen Shedeur outperform everybody else in that quarterback room since he's been in Cleveland. And you decided this was the hill you wanted to die on. This was the Dylan you wanted to die with. At that point, I tell Kevin Stefanski, you need to get you a plane ticket and catch you a ride, because you ain't allowed to come back home with us. Because we could have been doing a lot better. But you decided this was your man $100,000 because you drafted him and you knew Shedeur was better. You can't say he don't know. They see it. You can't say he ain't ready. You've seen it. Everybody that tells me or spits out that fact that he's not ready, how do you know? What have you seen that tells you that he's not ready? And the first thing they do, you know what the first thing they do is. You know what it is. The first thing they do is bring up what game? What game is it that they bring up? The first thing they do is bring up that last preseason game. That last preseason game is not Shedeur Sanders. That first preseason game, let's talk about that one. Oh, that one don't exist. That one don't exist. He ain't never do that. You're wrong. But Zach Jackson seems to think that Shedeur Sanders is the future. I tend to think he is correct.
A chance that Shedeur Sanders is the starting quarterback of this team exactly a year from now.
You are the first person I've ever heard say that. You're the first person.
You ain't gotta watch out.
Like, maybe listen. I forgot what it feels like.
Let that out for us. What's the process? Or what's the plan?
Flesh that out.
Well, I mean, the process is it's clearly not the guy it is now, right? And you're going to go in and you're going to have, let's say, pick 5 and pick 15. Right? You need tackle, you need receiver, you need these other things. If you think Shedeur can play and you think Shedeur is going to use the offseason to get better, then you draft another quarterback in the third round and you go forward with those two guys. And then you sit and wait on 27.
We do a deal with.
You got 2 quarterbacks on rookie contracts at that time.
Right. Get the way out of this is for Shedeur Sanders to be Brock Purdy. Comes out of nowhere and makes no money, and so you can spend it other places and push money forward and get rid. That's the way out of this. That's the only way out of this.
And what he's saying, what he means by that's the only way out of this, is they're talking about that Deshaun Watson money. And this team has been using Deshaun Watson as an excuse since Deshaun Watson has got hurt, right? True enough, Deshaun Watson wasn't playing all that well, but he wasn't playing all that bad. And then he got hurt, right? But what you gave up for Deshaun were first-round picks, right? You gave up 3 first-round picks. Okay, that's fine. In every draft, there are 7 freaking rounds. So you're telling me in these 4 or 5 years that you've had Deshaun Watson, what is it, 3, 4 years that you've had Deshaun, you were unable to draft receivers, linemen, DBs, all the things that you needed to move your team forward. Why? Because you had Deshaun Watson? Because you was looking for that one quarterback to push you over the moon? No, because you didn't take the time to put pieces in place for your team to be better moving forward. And that falls at Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski's feet. You have drafted poorly since having Deshaun Watson. This is the first draft that you've hit since you had Deshaun Watson in the building. This is the first draft that you've hit on a lot of pieces. Every other year, you drafted horribly. The players, then you might have got 1 or 2 players out of those drafts. But you don't have every offensive lineman that you have won't be under contract next year. It's a lot of players that are going to be rookies on this team next season, which should tell you that this team was never building toward its future. It never was. So let's just say Shedeur Sanders somewhat works out and you still want to draft a quarterback next year. It ain't but one that's really worth drafting coming out, and he coming from Alabama. Everybody else is probably gonna go back. Manning's going back. What's his name out of South Carolina? He going back. Everybody else should go back. Ain't gonna be no good quarterbacks coming out of this draft for real. 27 is the year that you get those dynamic quarterbacks that's gonna come out the draft. But next year, you should be drafting receivers and linemen. That's what you should be drafting. Should be, I think Cleveland got 11 picks in this draft. 11. You should be drafting receivers and offensive linemen. And probably using 1 or 2 of those picks to trade to get some veteran linemen or wide receivers, however you want to go. Wyatt Teller is probably be the only lineman that you bring back out of your whole front 5. Everybody else old. Everybody else contracts up. How are you not prepared? How are you not ready? How does everything expire at one time?
You have to squeeze more out of a 3rd and a 5th round pick, though. You can't have it be the competition was Dylan versus Shedeur, and then next year we're just going to act like both of these quarterbacks don't exist.
Well, no, they'll still be here because I think that's crucial. If they did,
you have to get something out of them.
What do you mean?
Even from a backup quarterback standpoint.
Well, isn't that I think the plan with Dylan?
I'm agreeing with you is the point.
Because I think Shedeur's the one you're not going to get something out of. I think he's the guy that if he's not the starter next year, could just be gone.
If that's what it ends up being, that's what it ends up being. But the point is that you have to find the value in there somewhere between the 3rd and the 5th round pick. You can't just say we took these guys and then just throw them away. You have to actually do something with these guys. And if that ends up being you start 4 or 5 games, instead of going out there in free agency and getting a stopgap quarterback before you then throw the 2026 quarterback out there, then great. But you got to use these guys, and you got to find a way to use these guys.
They can't because they don't know what they're doing. Just like I just said. Like I've said from the jump, if you go draft a quarterback next year, you will have 2 second-year quarterbacks and 1 rookie. What are you doing as a team? What kind of locker room is that? You got 2 second-year quarterbacks that's still learning, that's not completely used to the NFL, that hasn't had a lot of playing time. And then you want to draft a rookie quarterback to add along with that? Why would you do that? Let alone you have a 5th-round quarterback who was one of the highest-rated quarterbacks in his draft class, and yet you ain't seen him play yet. What are y'all doing? This front office is ridiculous. It's stupid at this point. It's ridiculously dumb at this point. But this is what they are setting up to do. I said Dylan Gabriel should play at least 2 more games. But if Dylan Gabriel doesn't show to be a competent quarterback or to be anything besides a backup on Sunday, Dylan Gabriel should not touch the field again. After 5 games, after 5 pure starts, Dylan Gabriel should not touch the field again. I was willing to give him 6, but at that point, he's only regressed. He hasn't gotten better. He hasn't improved since the Minnesota game. He has gotten worse and worse and worse every week. And if you don't show improvement or show a bunch of improvement playing the Jets, which is the worst team in the NFL, you don't deserve to play no more. We need to move on from you and move to Shedeur and see what he's got and what he's going to do. Because in a minute, if you listen to Mary Kay and if you listen to everybody else, Deshaun Watson is still in the mix. And at some point this season, he going to want some of them first-team reps. Without a doubt. But if Dylan is not showing improvement, a lot of it, especially tomorrow, he need to sit down. He need to move to the 2 spot in his natural position and let Shedeur take the helm. And let's see what he can do. Let's see if your offense looks better. Let's see if he can move your offense. Let's see what they can do. Because if not, you might well just throw the whole season away, which you have already, but it's not going to get any better with Dylan Gabriel if he doesn't show the improvement on tomorrow. Then you know what he is. Yes, it's 5 games. It's a small window. It ain't a lot, but it is. Because we've seen him overseas. We've seen him at home. We've seen him in bad weather. And then you'll get to see him in a New York Jets environment with the crowd screaming and hollering and yelling and cheering against you. You want to bring him home to play the Ravens after that? Lamar and them? Oh my. All I'm saying is, if he ain't getting better, it's time to bench him. Because at some point, improvement has to be the goal. The players see it. The team sees it. Myles Garrett can't get what he needs if Dylan is not performing in a manner that is keeping the defense on the field and making that other offense pass and throw the ball. You screwing up Myles Garrett's sacks. You screwing up his bonus money. You screwing up his records. It affects him. Because the other team ain't got to throw the ball. Therefore, he can't rush. So they can just run the ball and hide the clock. he can't get his stats. It's like he got 5 in the New England game. He got them 5 because they wanted to beat the brakes off the Browns. Things have to change. Things have to get better. And if they are not, Dylan Gabriel gonna have to sit down. Now, Tony Rizzo had it out with a fan live on the air the other day because they was mad because he was cheering for Shedeur and not just being a Browns fan. He was being a Shedeur fan.
Let me take issue with a guy who probably doesn't understand. Mark Pothoff says, Rizzo, we are all Browns fans, not just Sanders fans. Yes, Mark, of course. I don't know how old you are, Mark, but I've been rooting for the Browns for 60 years. End of conversation. Okay.
Also, Rizzo,
but I'm also allowed to root for certain players. You know, I also root for Luke Whippler. He happens to be one of my favorite players because he's a center from Ohio State. When he gets in there, I'll root for him. I'm allowed to like someone and the Browns, dude. Like, what is your problem? If you don't like Shedeur, you, and fine, that's great. I do. Enough. Enough already with this. Like, I'm not allowed to root for somebody. Go to hell. Jesus, God. I'm turning it.
You don't like Shedeur? take them middle fingers and sit your down somewhere. Yeah, but that's crazy. How can you tell somebody who they can like, who they can cheer for? You're supposed to be a Browns dude, yeah, but it's people on the team. You know, we just ain't cheering for it. We got certain people that we like on the team. I like the Bulls, but I was a Michael Jordan fan. I like the Lakers, but I was a Kobe Bryant dude. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been that type of LeBron type of dude because I come from a different era. LeBron was all right, but he just wasn't my guy. He just didn't do it for me. He didn't have that oomph that I need in my player. But you know, Michael Irvin was my guy. Dion was my guy. Charles Woodson was my guy. Lawrence Taylor, my guy. Those guys that I like to watch play, but don't mean that I like their teams. Now the Cowboys, I'm just all in. But just like now, the Cowboys is my squad. Dak is my quarterback until the playoffs start, and then we got to talk about that. That's a whole different story. CD Lamb got that 88 on. You got to represent. Michael Irvin was that dude. I hate San Francisco, but Jerry Rice is my guy. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. Megatron played on the worst team in the NFL. Loved him as a receiver. Randy Moss, my guy, those type of things. But he acting like you can't like a player. You can't single out a person on a team that you want to cheer for outside of the team or without cheering for the team. Yes, I want this single person to do well. Even if the team sucks, that's my guy. I still want him to be all right and do his thing. A lot of us Shedeur fans, we ain't Cleveland Brown fans. We want Shedeur to be okay. Cleveland Browns been sucking for 30 plus years. But we need Shedeur to ball out. Get his numbers. Do what he do. Even in that L. As long as you do your thing, you'll be all right with it. You know what I'm saying? It really don't matter. And he telling Tony Grossi, you shouldn't do that. Why the hell not? I'm allowed to be a fan of a player, even though I am a fan of the team. You know, people like LeBron. They don't like the Lakers. A lot of people from Cleveland cheering for LeBron, even though he on the Lakers. And they don't even like the Lakers. But their guy is on the Lakers, so they cheering for him. Even though LeBron need to go sit his old ass down somewhere. Sciatica ain't no joke. Have a seat, my boy. You're over 40. Your son is in the league. You have done your job. You can't be trying to wait on Bryce. Get over here. Bryce is better than Bronny. He gonna be okay. Sit down. Cleveland got LaMelo in the house. I like him. Out of the Ball brother. That's my boy. He got that thing. He know what to do with it. But people can enjoy players without the team. You can cheer for a player and not cheer for a team. It is possible. It is. Dallas traded Luka. I don't know what they were doing. Hurt my feelings. Traded Luka right on up out of here. Just gave him to the Lakers like it was all right. Now Luka over there putting up 40 like it ain't nothing. Could have had that here. You know what I'm saying? But hey, Luka balling. He plays slow-mo basketball. Look like what that Pokemon is, slow-mo. Yeah, him. But he balling. He ain't like Taylor. He ain't tired of balling. He balling out. But you gotta do what you gotta do. But you can't tell nobody who they can cheer for, what they can do. You know what I'm saying? It ain't. And Mo say Bron is gonna load man for 3 more years while waiting for Bryce. Bryce ain't gonna be in school 3 years, dog. Bryce ain't gonna make it that long. He just that good. He is just that good. Bryce is better than Bronny. I've been telling people that for years. Bryce will beat Bronny to sleep. He is just that good. What'd you say, Phaedra? I'm that type of fan. I root for certain players on different. Yeah. I don't see why people don't understand that. Since players don't stay with teams like they used to, like Michael Jordan was drafted by the Bulls. He retired 2 times with the Bulls. And then he went to the Wizards. He just didn't bounce all over the league. Shaq bounced all over the league, chasing rings. LeBron bounced all over the league, chasing rings. You know what I'm saying? Even D-Wade went to Chicago, but you can't blame him for that because that was home. But they didn't do what the old players did, the players that I grew up watching, the Magics, the Michaels, the Scotties, all them sorry-ass Detroit Pistons, except Dennis Rodman, Stockton Malone, Sean Kemp, Gary Payton, players like that. Tim Duncan, that got drafted and stayed, tried to make their team better. People wanted to play for them, play with them. Kenny the Jet Smith in Houston. Even Charles Barkley, he left the 76ers and went to Houston. You can't be mad at him for that. Hakeem in Houston. Dominique Wilkins in Atlanta. Larry Bird with the Boston Celtics. Patrick Ewing, New York Knicks. People stayed that gave you teams to root for. That's not it no more. So now you follow your player wherever they go. Because that's where we at. That's the nature of the beast now. You know what I'm saying? Especially in basketball. Hell, you had in basketball in the 90s, every team had two superstars on it. Name a team in the 90s that didn't have two superstars on it. You can't. Because everybody had them. Including Orlando, because they had Shaq and Penny. Atlanta had Dominique and them. Everybody had players. The NBA was loaded back then. Talent was out the roof. It's not what it is right now. But, you get to pick and choose who you want to cheer for on what team they own at that present moment. Nicole say, don't forget Clyde Drexler. Yeah, Portland had that thing out there too. You can't forget Seattle. You can't forget the Washington Bullets. Everybody had talent. Everybody was stacked. The Knicks were stacked. The Celtics were stacked. The Sixers were stacked. Everybody had players. That's why when you tell me that these boys could beat them boys, I'm going to tell you stupid. They might be more talented, but they didn't have more ball skill. They didn't want it like they wanted it. And all the teams were stacked. What teams are stacked now? Ain't but 5 of them. The Lakers. Hell, the Celtics ain't even stacked because old light skin hurt. You know what I'm saying? The Warriors are stacked. OKC is stacked. The Nuggets stacked. Dallas, they getting there. Who else? Milwaukee, they okay. Orlando, and they young. It's Philadelphia. If Embiid stay healthy. But not in the 90s. The 90s, you knew what you was going to get. You was going to get good basketball every night. Now, you don't know what you're going to get. You might turn on TV. You might see your star player sitting on the bench. But now I don't want to play tonight. 90s? We getting down. We getting down. Everybody getting down. It's going down. We playing basketball. We loaded everywhere. We got players on every freaking team. Now, even with football, it ain't the same. Even with football, it's not the same. The Cowboys, 90s, loaded. The Giants, 90s, loaded. 49ers, loaded. Green Bay, loaded. Minnesota, loaded. Philadelphia, loaded. Atlanta, loaded. Miami, loaded. I mean, it was just everywhere. It ain't the same now. It's just not. That's why I tell you, my era was it. Everybody stopped when basketball came on, when football came on. What no, I got to go do is sit your behind down. We finna watch this football. Football is a different game. I'm all for evolution. I'm all for moving things forward. But when you move things forward and the talent doesn't equate to what it was, I understand taking out the big hits and concussion protocol and all of that, trying to keep players healthy. But this is still a combat sport. Somebody got to get roughed up. This is not touch or flag. This is tackle. And we hit people. It's like I tell my son, hey, either you go hit somebody or they gonna hit you. You hit them because they trying to hurt you. This is not no grab them and pull them down. You hit them and you put them to the ground. Because if not, if they hitting back, you're going to be hurt. And that's what a lot of people didn't learn. Big Snack Shedeur is bright. Suppose he did not practice before and afterwards, he would be rusty because of Kevin's discomfort. Man, look here. You can't stop a train, dog. And that's what Shedeur is, a full-blown locomotive. And he coming down the tracks, the horn is loud, the light is bright. Either you gonna clear the track or you gonna get rolled over. Because he coming. You can't stop it. Because sooner or later, if Tommy Reese or Kevin Stefanski don't pull the trigger, Jimmy Haslam gonna pull the trigger. It has to be done. Because if you don't know what you got moving forward, why would you waste the pick on a quarterback and you haven't seen what you got in Shedeur Sanders? They already know what it is. They know what he is. I've been telling y'all they've been trying to hide him all season. They don't want y'all to see it live on TV. That's why that first game, it's out there. It's out there. And they didn't want y'all to see that. Because they want to be able to tell you all year, he ain't ready. He ain't ready. I'm like that little baby. Oh, bullshit. We know he ready. We seen it. We saw the tape. You can't lie to us. Can't lie to me. They know Shedeur is better than Dylan. They was just hoping Dylan was going to be serviceable enough to where you don't have to see it. That's all that was. They wanted Dylan to be serviceable enough to where he can cover it up. Didn't turn out like that. And we knew it wasn't going to turn out like that. I've been giving y'all the game on Dylan Gabriel the whole season since it started. Telling you exactly what he was going to do and how he was going to play. Because he not big enough and the spotlight is too big. The NFL is a monster. And Dylan Gabriel is not ready for this monster. It's a beast to deal with all this crap. But it's a lot. You can't do it. Sean Payton wanted Shedeur the year he drafted Bo Nix. Yeah, he did. But Shedeur, Deion told him you ain't coming out. You gonna finish your senior season. You're not coming out, bruh. But it is what it is. Shedeur is, I'm telling y'all, tomorrow, I think we're going to live stream it. Like we do here now. We got the package. We can go live with it. We can pull it up. Shedeur had first team there, but it wasn't open to the public. Yeah. Yeah, they seen it. They know. I told y'all that. I said the same thing. Shedeur has played with the first team. They just didn't want y'all to see it. The first team that seen it, they know. Myles Garrett keep dropping subtle hints. He keep telling y'all. But in a minute, you're not going to be able to outrun it. It is going to be what it is. Shedeur is going to have to touch grass. And once it happens, Dylan Gabriel will never touch the field again. Well, I done told y'all that. I've been saying it the whole time. We know what Shedeur is. We've seen what he can do. They've seen what he can do. He's just going to have to get his shot. And it's coming. And it's coming quickly. The media said the present 2026 quarterback class is superior than 25. We'll see. Arch Manning. No. All them quarterbacks are ass. That's what pissed me off, because Shedeur would have been drafted first round last year. Yeah, he would have been drafted first round last year. Right behind Caleb Williams. People thought he was scared to come out because Caleb Williams and them were coming out. Do they not remember Shedeur played Caleb Williams head up? Head up. And should have beat him. Had a better game than Caleb Williams had. With a worse offense. Should have beat him. See, but people don't remember that. The first year in the Big 12 in 2023, Shedeur was that boy when he came out there to see Caleb, when Caleb and them came to Colorado, when USC came to Colorado. They put it on him. Shedeur threw for 400 yards that game. And about 4 touchdowns. But how soon do we forget when all you see and hear is people telling you he's not ready? They just like President Trump. If we keep repeating the same lie over and over and over again, they'll start to believe it. We not gonna believe it because we know you lying, bruh. Same way we knew he was lying. We know you lying. You can't be trying to pee on our forehead and tell us it's raining, dog. That ain't us. Okay, we can do that. That's all I'm saying. It's ridiculous. See, we've been on this thing for 2 hours, and we got caught up in the Colorado game. We wasn't even supposed to be doing that. That's crazy. But it is what it is. I don't mind. I know everybody that came to turn out got mad because we were doing the Colorado joint, but I ain't know the Colorado joint was going to be on, you know. And just like Dan Marino and Bernie Kosar went round to the Super Bowl. Yes, sir, the Trump trigger line. Yeah. Dan Marino went to the Super Bowl one time, never went back. Because they thought it was easy. They see Patrick Mahomes do it almost every year, and they think it's supposed to happen. Jim Kelly did it 4 times in a row, and he did not win not one Super Bowl. Athletes are athletes. Ballers are ballers. Game changers are game changers. Superstars are superstars, and you cannot stop a superstar from being a superstar. Shedeur Sanders is not just talented. His work ethic teaches and shows everybody who he is. That's why when he always put in the spotlight, he always rises to the occasion. So you're right. Plus, Shedeur threw 5 touchdowns against TCU, the same team J.J. McCarthy had thrown 3 interceptions against. Right. That was Shedeur's first year in Big 12. Well, in the Pac-12. TCU was the first game, threw for 510 yards. lit they behinds up. Welcome to Division I football, is what he said. You can't stop a man's shine, no matter what they keep trying to do. Hey, I hope y'all know Call of Duty come out next week. It's going down. Already got it. I've been playing it for about a week or two. So I'm just putting that out there. I ain't trying to start no mess. So wives, if your husband is missing next weekend and you can't find him, he playing his game. Don't be mad at him. Call of Duty just come out. Battlefield came out a couple of weeks ago. You know, Call of Duty come out on the 14th. So don't be mad at them fellas if they playing the game a little bit too long. You know, when the new game come out, we tend to get busy. We got to get our weapons upgrades and things of that nature up. You know, we got to prestige 1 or 2 times. You know, get a few late night gaming sessions in. You know, your boy stay ready. I stay ready. I stay on the get down. I keep one of these next to me at all times. You know what I'm talking about? Not just one, maybe 2. You know what I'm saying? Probably a little Xbox action, you know. You know, I stay ready at all times. I'm just saying, ladies, if you see your husband and you like, why you still on that game? Game just came out. Don't beat him up too much. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Getting killed by bots and 13-year-old hurt my 50-year-old pride. Hey, I be slaying them. I be laying them down. I'm a true gamer. That's why this channel was even started, was a gaming channel. I'm a gamer all day. Y'all better go check my Twitch channel. Snacks to me, the Colorado State affected the Colorado momentum, especially that hit on Travis Hunter, for which was clearly out of bounds. I think Travis missed 3 games. Yeah, that dirty hit. He missed 3 games, and all 3 of those games was close losses. Travis would have been the difference maker in all 3 of those next 3 games. The Arizona game, the Oregon game, and the what other game was that? Arizona, Oregon, and USC. They played USC, then they turn around and play Oregon, then they played Arizona back to back to back to back. They would have beat USC with Travis. Travis would have made a difference in that Oregon game. I don't know if they would have won or not because Bo Nix went stupid. But in the Arizona game, they lost by a field goal. Travis would have made a difference in that game too. And then he came back for the Stanford game, played hurt. They lost that game. They was up by 28 at halftime. Alec Alamar went bananas in the second half. Yeah. That's how much I know about Colorado football since Coach Bryant been there. Don't get your boy started. I've been there every step of the freaking way. I started back doing YouTube videos because of Coach Bryant. My channel is over 15 years old. My channel is almost as old as YouTube is right now. I was the man at one point in time when it came to YouTube videos, YouTube networks. Y'all see the Youse Network up top? Go over there and check it. I got over 20 billion views on that channel alone. Billion with a B. Ridiculous. I was killing the YouTube game before y'all even knew about it. But we ain't gonna get into that. We ain't gonna even get into that. We gonna hold that back. But y'all don't know about that action. We on back on this Shedeur action. He took an uncompetitive team, made it competitive on any given week. Yeah. I think the only reason Sean Payton didn't take Shedeur this year because he knew it would kill Bo Nix's confidence. Yeah, and Bo Nix would have been on the bench. He'd have been chilling on the sideline. Well, he is a lonely Auburn quarterback. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like he about that life. He did go to Auburn for a while. You know. Just go watch Dylan's Oregon's tape. Just go watch 3-4 games of Dylan at Oregon last year. And y'all will see the same thing I saw. Dylan made those passes because they took away one side of the field. All his passes, most of them deep ones, especially the deep, anything he threw deep was already predetermined. It was already made up in his mind. That's where he was going. It wasn't no reading the defense. It was no going through progressions to make sure that that guy was the guy you wanted to throw to. Well, none of that. Everything was predetermined for them because it's college and you can do that. And if you on a team where my athletes are better than your athletes, what you gonna do about it? It's just that simple. And we all know what Oregon had. They had athletes for real. So, you know, it wasn't like Shedeur where he took lesser athletic players who were athletic, who were gifted, who were good, but was not as good as the players that they were playing against and made them better. Now, all of them receivers in the NFL, and you trying to tell me that you would have drafted any of those receivers without Shedeur Sanders? Wouldn't have happened. He simply just makes players better. Next, hopefully Deion will realize, leave the media at bay. His mind should have been focused on BYU. The media kept telling Deion the Cowboys want him. Also, game day flew Travis to 2 games. Yeah. And wasn't nothing wrong with none of that. All that media coverage and media hype is good. That's fine. That comes with the territory. BYU was just better that day. They were more prepared. They were more focused. They wanted it more. You know, it is what it is. They got smoked out. You already had a bad line, and Shedeur was running for his life. That entire BYU game. What are you supposed to do when your linemen are getting beat to sleep? It is what it is. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here, man. We've been here long enough. 2 hours, 13 minutes. Everybody didn't turn out like I wanted them to. I might drop another one later on today. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody for coming out, hanging out, doing the doggone thing. I know football is on, so it's the middle of the day, and everybody doing their thing. I ain't even mad at y'all. Should have did it this morning, but I knew G. Bush was going to be on doing his doggone thing, and I ain't interrupting G. Bush. Take spanking BYU today, yeah. You know how much money they spent on them receivers? Yeah. And them offensive linemen and them defensive linemen, yeah, they spent about $25 million at Texas Tech this year. They ain't got no choice but to get it. But anyway, man, I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all have a wonderful Saturday. Tomorrow, if not today, if we don't come back today, tomorrow we going live for the doggone Cleveland Browns game. So y'all get ready. There are some good young deep QBs. Dylan isn't a pro QB. He's a weaker, shorter, less successful version of Tim Tebow, pretty much. Tua Tagovailoa 0.5. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of here, man. Let me quit doing y'all like that. Y'all need to stop. We out. Peace.